my eyebrows. So now what I'm doing, I'm going to take this concealer and this brush, and I'm going to just clean up underneath my eyebrows. And then I'm also going to be using this concealer all over my lid, and I'm going to use that as the base to my eyeshadow. So I'm just going to use this loose powder, and I'm just going to set the concealer. So I didn't know what I was going to do, like what eye look I was going to do. So off camera I did one eye, and then now we're going to be doing this eye. So I'm using the Jaclyn Hill palette. And throughout this video I don't show the colors that I'm using, but I am gonna tell you. So this shadow that I'm using is called Pukey, and I'm using two puffy brushes. One's just bigger than the other, but I'm just using those to blend and to pack on the product. So now that I blended all that out, I'm going to be using this brush to add black. So the black in this palette is called Abyss. I think that's what it's supposed to be pronounced. Yeah, Abyss. So with this brush right here, I'm taking the color, I'm taking the color Roxanne, and I'm just adding that just so that I could blend out the black, and also to add some kind of dimension. So with this brush, I didn't add any more product, and I'm just taking the same, well, I didn't add any eyeshadow, but what's left over on the brush, that's what I use to blend it out. So I'm just adding a little bit of more Roxanne, and I'm just going back and forth and trying to blend it out to how I like it. So with this pencil brush, I'm just taking more black, and I'm just piling it on, so that way it could be more intense. So I'm going very slowly when I'm adding the black, because I don't want it to look like I have a black eye. I want it to look like, I want it to look nice and clean, not all sloppy with the black. So that same brush, I'm just going in with the product that's already on the brush. I didn't add any, and I'm just trying to blend it all together. And that brush also does not have any more product on it. I'm just using it to blend. So now on my finger, I just took the same concealer, and I patted it on, so that way that this eyeshadow from Maybelline will, I think it's Maybelline or L'Oreal, but so that way it could show up better. And then on top of that, I took Obsessed, I'm sorry, I took SBN, and I piled it on top. And then now I'm just adding some black to intensify the look, because the black did kind of like disappear when I did all that. So I'm just intensifying it and also blending it. This brush doesn't have nothing on it. I'm just using it to blend. So I'm just touching up right here. So I got a wipey and I'm just starting to clean underneath my eye because I did have a lot of fallout. I usually do my eyeshadow first because I tend to get messy when I'm doing smoky eyes. And this concealer brush, it's the same brush I used in the beginning to apply my concealer, and I was just cleaning up underneath my eyebrows again. So I'm applying this concealer underneath my eyes and everywhere where I see that I have redness or just more blemishes. And then now I'm going in with these two foundations, and I usually put my foundation on the bottom of my face and then I blend it upward. So now I'm taking this concealer and I'm going to be using it as a highlighter and also concealer to conceal the darkness underneath there. So I personally like a really bright under eye, but if you don't like it, then you can put whatever concealer you like. So I'm just using this concealer from LA Girl. I think it's called Toast. And I'm just using a little bit because it is dark and it does go a long way. And just patting and swiping motions, I'm just adding it all over the side of my face. So I think I have a like kind of like a small forehead, so I don't go crazy on my forehead. I don't like contour crazy or anything like that. I just add it like to the sides and close to my hairline, and that's it. So I'm not a pro at contouring my nose. I really don't know how, but I was just trying it, and honestly I think it kind of made it look big and dirty. I don't know. I didn't really I don't know. I'm just practicing and that's how it came out. I gotta figure it out. Maybe if I use a lighter shade of concealer, then maybe it'll look better. But I think maybe I don't know. I think I used a dark concealer and that's why it didn't look good. So I'll try it one day with a lighter concealer and maybe that will do the trick. So with this powder, I'm just going to be baking underneath my eyes, and then I'm just wiping it off. I did leave it there for a while. So I'm using this brown powder from Avon, and I like it. So it's actually a foundation, and I just use it to bronze up my face. And now I'm just carving out my cheeks, cleaning up the bronzer that I used. So now that I'm going to let that set, I'm just going in. I didn't record this, but those are the 3 brushes that I used to go to smoke out my under eye, and then this was the final look. I'm sorry I didn't do like a lot of perfect editing, but hopefully you guys like it. Please subscribe. Thank you.